Hello new DHCs. It's glad to see some new blood coming to the game. Unfortunately, there's no new finance coming to the game, so you may be joining a little bit too late. But I'm the king of co-op champions. Not co-op champions, that's completely wrong. I mean commodus champions. So if you're wondering that you've pulled a 3-star, for example, that's also available in a commodus, and you're like, is this any good? I'm the man to speak to. So let's have a look in the collection here. Go to 3 stars, we'll go to standard, and then we'll go to nature, because we're on to nature now. I'm going to go through these and tell you which ones are good, which ones are worth your time, which ones are fun, and give you a rough idea of where you can use things. Okay, so we'll start off with Maddie the Ranger. If you've got her, you may have put a bit of time. You may not see this ignores 50% of the enemy defense. Like, yeah, she's cracked. Yeah, let's go for it. I'm gonna tell you if she is cracked or if she isn't cracked. Quite simple as that. She can be used in OH essentially. There's not really much else place she can be used in. The green cult boss is extremely easy. You could use her in there as a support to raise attack, but there is better. Other than that, if you spent much time on her, she'll help you with OH if you get to 50, but you don't need to put it to 60. Not really. I think by the time you're thinking about putting it to 60, you'll get something better. Okay, the boon, Kevillia. I've got it to 60, and surprisingly, she actually does okay on OH. If you're struggling for a green team, she, with a mark, 30% more damage, the lower defense, and a guaranteed crit, which is a guaranteed crit on each target that's inflicted by a debuff, will give her withering, and it's a permanent debuff. So she's guaranteeing a crit, so you don't even need to build her crit. Because when she uses that, it's a guaranteed crit. You could go really heavy on the crit damage on this chick. But that's only if you're struggling with OH. On green, would you build her? There are better, but she will get you where you need to be, just past that post. That if you're looking for, if you're struggling with your luck, she will get you just past that post. Okay. The green guy, Rob Earn. This guy had a really good use on Marshall, but it's just whether the event comes back. He was really good in KOF 10. He'd pull everything together and lower the defense, and then just whack everything, and they were dead. He was really good, but KOF event hasn't been on for a while. So other than that, where can you use him? You don't need to use him anyway. That's the thing, because there are other things that are better. Maybe you could use him in Blitz. There's that. If you put him to 50, maybe you can use him if you want to go down that route. But I think you'll find better. But KOF 10 was where he was like 35-second runs. He was really good at that. This one, Peppermint. These are supposed to be for pre-flight ED runs. But again, you'll probably find better and you probably haven't put much into her. To be honest with you, I've had a 6-star ages, and I very rarely use her. Very rarely. You know, it's just for messing about stuff. So perhaps this one's worth a skip. There are better 3-stars out there, and better DPS. You wouldn't even use her in co-op, in all honesty, unless it was like middle co-op.
My spear craves blood.
Fei Yang. Someone once told me this is a cracked farmer. I'm yet to see any spearman of any use anywhere, other than turning into something else. This is just a complete falsehood. I just cannot make it work. The trait's good early on. They get the blue one, you get the blue trait. But other than that, these are just, it can't even solo 6-1 legendary. Trash. This one deserves a special mention. Definitely. Been mistreated for so long just because she fears. But this chick is one of the best DPS on the common champions. One of the best DPS. Along with all the fairies, which fairies are probably the top DPS in all honesty. But the Crow Hag, they do pull their own weight, especially I think this one's got lowest defense, has it not? With this lowest defense, adding that extra lowest defense, all their multiple crows, these do a lot of damage. I've used her very successfully in Guild Wars, in Blitz, on ED, Steel Widow, no problem. Very, very good. And she'll do sub a minute on Steel Widow 11. She'll do sub a minute if you build well.
A dragon never rests.
I've said it all along.
Vigilant.
This guy is one of the worst. Should be 2 stars. One of the worst characters in the game. The Nature Dragon Guard is trash. So much trash that I haven't done that lot of testing on him. Given this kit with a stun, he should be okay to terrible. Okay to terrible in like arena defense or guild war defense, but you'll get way better than this guy. 5v5 is the only thing I've ever used him in, and he's quite fun in that. But other than that, just overlook him. Trash. Food. Flora can be used in Nightmare. Can be used in Nightmare co-op. She's okay in defense. Very good. Worth definitely 5-star. She can work as a 5-star in Nightmare co-op. It's up to you if you want to put any more in that. There are better healers, but she does work in there. And then in 5s, she was always fun in 5s. I enjoy the Dryad. This one is this is another OH one, and I have had this one working in OH. If you're stuck in OH, this removes a buff and blocks buff, and silencers will help you. The fans that go around and round help clear the crystals. Lingu is probably one of the better foxes, along with the light one. So very good. The golem, as I said earlier, all the golems are great in Blitz. This one, again, is one of the ones with the 2 Crow Hags. This guy will help you there because it's blue Crow Hags, and he's against that, so he will definitely help you there if you're stuck on that particular level. In 5v5s, it's one of the better players when that ever comes back. And not so much bosses, as I said, this is more PvP content on Blitz. This guy cracked, brilliant. You can 6-star him, it'll work wonders for you. This chick is a specialist. She will work in Steel Widow, and she will work in Nightmare co-op. It's just whether you want to put the time into it. She's a bit of a specialist. There are better, that's why I say it, but she does work in there. So if you have put time into her for Nightmare co-op, she will work in that with the skill set. She doesn't work in OH because she'll set off Baneblade, but she's okay elsewhere. Magical Girl Hoshi. Over the consensus of people that have played the game, this is one of their favourite, probably one of their best. A lot of people would say it's probably their best character or their favourite character. She's fantastic. She's worth building 3 of them. She's up there with better than most 5-stars because of her skill kit. Lower in defense, blocking buffs, twice blocking buffs, raising attack, and she removes the buffs as well. I would say she's the princess. The princess because she's a younger character than Rona. Rona's the queen. She's the princess of Steel Widow. She can't work in OH. People have had her work in OH, but she'll set off Baneblade every 5 seconds. She'll work in most places, just not OH. And she's fantastic. Steel Widow, definitely worth a build. Definitely worth your time. She's fantastic. She's part of the core Nature team, so definitely. The Merc Ishbel, extremely good as a healer for a free team. Blocking buffs again. She'll work. This one will work everywhere. Everywhere. She heals in OH. Doesn't set off Baneblade. Toughness at the top. Blocking buffs. You'll definitely want a decent amount of accuracy for that. She works in Nightmare co-op. Fantastic. No problem. She keeps all the team safe. Definitely worth a 60, maybe even 2. Maybe even 2. I've got 2 of them.
To fly.
This one is also, you get this with the friend code if the friend code's working. The Valks are all worth a good build. This one is fantastic. Probably the best Valk out of all of them. The best Valk. She's crucial in the Nightmare co-op team. She will, I think it's lowers defense, lowers attack, which keeps everything fine. She raises attack speed on everybody, especially if you've got that native fairy on board, which will do a ton of damage, an absolute ton of damage with this involved. So the core nature team is Rota, the Merc, and Hoshi. You put this team together, easy beans. Easy beans. That's the core of a team. They're all fantastic, all perfect. Let's go on to this one, Roxy. Not much into her. I'm interested in this removes all buffs and gains immunity buff, but definitely skippable for the start. You could probably use her on Hallowed, but looking at this, it's just probably the worst of all the derbies. No point. This guy, Marks, that has 30% more damage if people use him. These are alright with Hallowed because they've got a natural high attack speed. But again, it's not one of the early characters, it's just one of the end party pieces you want to do. This guy will work in Nightmare co-op. The skill cooldown's okay. You want to get, you're definitely on Adept because you need to really use these on Nightmare co-op to keep them going. But yeah, he's not too bad. All the Timekeepers are worth a build. He'll work in Blitz. He will work in Steel Widow when on the right colour. So yeah, he's another good build. Let's go to the 2 stars. Here we go. Crystal Priest. All the Crystal Priests are useful up to a point. You only need them to 50. Well, you don't really need them to 50, but he's useful if he's on the right element. So no problem if you spend time on there. This guy will work in early OH, on Adept or on Marshall. If you want to build him, this guy will work in co-op. If you want to build him for the shield, Nightmare co-op as well. This guy is up there with probably one of the best 2 stars. Definitely worth a build. This raising defense and raises attack is good in co-op, but on special teams where you don't have Hoshi, you've got another means of progressing on that. So he's look. The one of the players built 6 of these at level 60. So definitely build a mojo, at least a 50, and he will help you in Nightmare co-op at 50, and the majority of the game. Any bosses, he will do speed runs. He's also part of that core team. If you put him there, you can have 2 attack ups, no bother with that. He'll hold things down for you. Very, very good. Oh, the Slinger. If you're looking for some more crit, you're looking for some lowers defense, you can do this guy. But again, it's skippable. There's not. I will say this: there's not many champions that raise crit. There's not many. This one, I've had her working in Nightmare co-op. The Mortal Wounds is invaluable for that. If you're looking to get, you could probably do her at 50, level 50. Just bang a load of HP on her. This Mortal Wounds, it'll just keep that boss unable to heal. That's the only thing with the green one. You need the Mortal Wounds or block buffs to stop it from healing, and she does work at level 60. I know that, and I think she does work at level 50 as well. You could use this one as Hallowed in any co-op if you wanted to, but the thing is about the 2 stars, you're going to have to get them high up, but it's just whether you want to put the time in. You know, why would you build another one of these when you can easily build another Rota? That's the thing, because Rota's going to beat this guy any day of the week because of that trait as well. This guy as a 2-star, believe it or not, is the best DPS as a 2-star, and I've tried them all out. Spindle is the best DPS by far. I tried to do Blitz for just 2 stars, and he was the one that came up top of the pile as the DPS. Other than that, unless you're looking to do it with 2 stars, it's skippable. Same with the Scarp, the Shark, totally skippable. This guy, again, you'd probably only use it for this, in co-op. That's it. If you needed that for the extra damage from the mark and the lowest defense, that's it. This guy, I have used him in co-op, in Nightmare co-op, and he does work. He's got to be well built and he's got to be 60, but he will lower the attack constantly and the block buffs constantly. So he's good for that. But it's another party piece if you want to do that route. But there are so many others. So really, the best champions you want to be doing in nature is Mojo out of the 2 stars. Oh, let's go back to 3 stars. Rota, the Merc, Hoshi, and the Crowhack. Those are my top 5s. I would suggest, not in any particular order, that will get you through a hell of a lot of the content. Just those ones alone. So good luck. If you need any more help, comments in below, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. I'm always on my Discord. I'm always on contactable one way or another. Thanks a lot. That's the three done. That concludes the 3 videos. Thank you.